30 rounds of nigga.
It's already playing.
Okay. Hey.
I was playing right now.
Yeah. 30 rounds in that Glock. Pop the trunk, grab a chop. Hey, they walking out with their cameras out. They fans or maybe not. Can't take chances, neck dancing. With people, she still glancing.
We live, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is usually the Lady Love and Hitman Eat Underground review. I am Prophet Cloutz, and I am here to fill in for Lady Love. And right now, we got a massive, massive show for today, y'all. So I'm excited about this one. Lady Love is out there doing some things with the music. She got a show tonight, so I'm proudly representing what's going on. So, yeah, we are in Detroit, and we got some really good guests in the building right now. So I just want to take this time out and say I appreciate everybody for showing love, showing up, and just, you know, giving support. And that's what it's about. It's about giving back to the community, and that's what we're here for. So we got some exciting news for everybody. So with that said, I want to introduce my first guest as Trey Little. This guy is known for 1.5 million TikTok followers, and he's got some incredible things going on with the community and everything. So I'm excited, bro. You excited?
Oh yeah, of course I'm excited. Yeah.
All right. So Trey Little. So people that don't know who you are, kind of want to know who you are. So can you kind of give your backstory on, you know, how you became where you're at now? Who is Trey Little?
Yeah, so basically, like you said, 1.5 million followers. People watch me all over the world. Right now I'm working on developing a block that I grew up on Dexter and Linwood. But before I got here, you know, I grew up just like every kid in the street in Detroit or any hood around America, you know. Teenage mom, she was 15 when she gave birth to me. My dad got killed when I was 4. He got shot, you know, over some street war stuff. And then when I grew up, that's all that I was promised. Like, my whole family was caught up in it. So it was like, I had to do what I had to do to survive and stay alive when I was in it. But something in my head was like, when you get out of this, or if you make it out of this, it's going to be something on the other side. And I wanted to do music when I was like 10 or 11. And I'm like, if I make it out of this, then I might be able to do this music thing. And I just kept going. And everybody that I met, you know, they either like, you know, they heard me, or there was people that I met that helped me get to that next level, you know. And it was a process of meeting this person. And by the age 17, I went on a road with this band. It was like a pop band because it was based out of a church. And for me, I was like, all right, I'm trying to get my life right. Like I was in a lot of stuff, and I'm 15 at the time. So I'm like, okay, I can start over. This might be a starting chance. So I go on tour with them. We on the radio every day. We at festivals, 10,000 people, 5,000 people. But me being the only black guy on tour, it was a lot of friction with that. So I was like, it was a lot that happened, a lot that went wrong real quick, and I was like, all right, I appreciate the years y'all bringing me on tour, but I gotta go back and reach out to my city. They was trying to pull me away from that, like, hey man, you made it out of that, let's get you out of there, let's get you, you know, let's get you whitewashed, and let's get you on the road and sell this to them. And part of me just felt like torn. And then when my manager started saying all this stuff, like, you wouldn't be nothing without me, blah blah blah, I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and, you know, wrap this up. Like Michael B. Jordan said, I'd rather jump off this cliff and die than live being a slave. And once I did that, it was scary because I ain't played no more festivals. It was like, that's over with. And for a year or two, I just had to keep grinding. Like, all right, I got to touch the streets because this is where I come from. And it was hard because I'm on the road, you know, with long hair and skinny jeans, come back to the hood. They like, yo, bro, you really from here? Nah. And I had to really go back and be like, dang, I just got off this tour and I got to go back and be with my people. And after that, like, I just started making videos of my life back in Detroit, and they just started popping off millions of views. Like,
so what are the videos about?
So the videos, like, some of the videos be, you know, police jumping out on me because I got my CPL. And a lot of people don't expect me to have it. You see a guy with jewelry, dreads, and white tee on, and you like, oh, we locking him up and giving him a felony. Right. And people always with me with their phones ready because people come up to me whenever I'm out, like, downtown or when it's busy. So every time an officer come up, my people know, pull out their phone. They come up, grab me up, grab my gun off me, think they about to lock me up, give me a felony, and it's all on video, the way I interact with them. I'm like, my CPL in my back pocket, there you go. So people watch me, and they like, dang, if I didn't get a felony and I get my CPL, I'll be good, you know what I mean? Or like, this is how I communicate with the police. And they see my confidence when they pulling me over and trying to arrest me. They like, dang, okay, if I do what he doing, I'm untouchable. There might be some circumstance where some go south, but for the most part, like, and then it's buying a block in Detroit. So it's a lot of like, teaching people in the city, like, here's what I learned being in the suburbs. Now I'm coming back, giving y'all the knowledge on real estate, on gun laws, on, like, a lot of stuff. I'm bringing all that knowledge and information I got from the burbs, and I'm bringing it back to our people, you know?
Strong. And that's what it's about, y'all. Giving back to community, because your blessings, you gotta, like, plant them seeds for them to grow. And when you do that right, it blooms into something beautiful. So it's a dope concept. So buying the block back, can you break that down a little bit?
Yeah, so like I said, I grew up on Dexter and Linwood on Tuxedo. And it was like, when I was a kid, I didn't know what was going on. Life was good at first. When I hit 13, 14, it was like, all right, I see what's going on. You know, we got hit with the war on drugs. And it was like, I'm in this. And once I hit that age, it was like, I'm either going to hide in the house, or when I'm outside, you got to fight for your stripes and your respect. So when I did that, it was like, all right, man, you see, like, when I left, moved to the burbs with my family, go on tour, come back, whole block gone. And it was almost like nothing was ever there. And I'm like, this is where all my memories happen. This is where my recording studio was, where my granddad gave me $5 to go record some demos, you know, at the spot up the street. And my cousin had the car with the spinners on there. And he'll ride around with the 12s, banging my song, like, and be like, yeah, this your song. And I started feeling like, that's literally, like, without me growing up over there, my cousin driving around playing my music, without me recording in that studio, I wouldn't even be who I am today. So I'm like, the fact that this whole neighborhood gone, like, I love to go over there and, like, rebuild. It all started, I walk in front of the house I grew up in, like, man, I love to buy this house one day. Because I seen it on the land bank for $2,000 in 2020, but I ain't know nothing about property, real estate, nothing. So I missed out on that, right? And I posted the video, all the comments, it hit 6 million views on TikTok. People like, you should do it, you should do it. So I started going to people, how do I buy this house? How do I do this? And then I learned real estate just by asking people. And then I took a class, you know, and then, like, learn how to do it. So now, you know, I got one property and 4 lots. Now I'm just looking for investors. And I got a few people, you know, that come to mind that I've been talking to about getting money to, like, actually flip it and make it happen. Then the mayor's office saying, when they see me do this, they're going to help me with the rest, you know.
Man, that's incredible. Like, when you can take a story like that and flip it around from you having childhood problems and, you know, things that happened when you were little, when you could take that and you could flip it into something positive and put it back into the community, put that energy into the community. Like, it's an incredible thing to do, and you should be proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you.
should
I
really be
appreciate
proud of
that.
yourself. So, okay, so as you say, buying the block back, I do have a song right here called Buy the Block. So tell me about this song that I'm about to play.
Yeah, so Buy the Block, like, it's talking that talk that rappers talk, where they like, you know, I'm buying this, I'm doing this for my money, right? And I'm talking that talk, like, I'm talking popping bottles, I'm talking like, you know, we come to the club with homies, you know, we strapped up, we talking about we got girls around us, but we also doing this in a way, like, the song is a banger and it's relatable, but it's like we taking this money and we investing, you know what I mean? So I'm really talking that talk that, you know, people familiar with in the music industry, but it's actually giving people game at the same time. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely. So let me go ahead and play this. And audience, make sure you let this guy know. Make sure you let Trey Little know what you think about his song. And some of the songs that I've heard that he's done, man, he's definitely one of them artists that's on the rise, doing some.
Dream Kings.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I drop it back and go get it. Buy off the block and they know to pretend it. Yeah. I drop it back and go get it. Buy off the block and they know to pretend it. Yeah. Two-tone protect up on my wrist. Can't flex like this. I got juice steady flexing. Girls see me, they break their necks. Yeah. Cuban link it glitz. Flood my neck and flood my wrist. I move and post with pics every time I'm in a strip. Hey, she staring at the wrist with her member blew a kiss. I got fans, now they sick. Jump in the whip and I skirt out real quick. I can really throw my hood up. I'm trying to buy the block so I can own it up. Homeboy keep trying to act tough. I can't take him serious, that haircut. And corporate meetings with that drip on. I'm trying to rap my city cause it's slept on. All eating, I'ma take the money then stretch it like it was stepped on. Stand on the booth and I'm lit. I don't need a dance to get the kit. I'm the chosen one, look at the fit. Take all the doors off the whip. Ice got a froze, she looking stiff. Hand on the pole like I'm a bench. I'm out through the city, I got the squad with me, I just had to look and that was it, yeah. I drop it back and go get it, buy off the block and they know to pretend it, yeah. I drop it back and go get it, buy off the block and they know to pretend it, yeah. Two-tone protect up on my wrist, can't flex like this. I got juice, steady flexing, girls see me, they break their necks, yeah. I drop it back and go get it, buy off the block and they know to pretend it, yeah. I drop it back and go get it, buy off the block and they know to pretend it, yeah. Two-tone protect up on my wrist, can't flex like this. I got juice, steady flexing, girls see me, they break their necks, yeah.
Okay then, so I see why people were talking about Trey Little, not just for the music, but also the things that he's doing out in the community and just shining light to certain things that people need to understand. And you know, Detroit is on the rise with the whole music scene, with the community service scene. It's an incredible feel. Like when you come down here, it's an incredible thing to be involved with, and you know, so it's nothing but love. Man. It's nothing but love and respect. So when you can do some great things and give back to the community and let those that are less fortunate get a hand too, it just shows a lot about somebody's personality, who they are on the inside. So that's this guy right here. So from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's just been an amazing experience to be able to be sitting next to this guy. So it's a blessing. So you got anything to say before we
No, I just want to say I appreciate that, man. Like, for real. You know, a lot of people, we was talking about this earlier, a lot of people see the results of it, but they don't know, like, for everything that they see in me, is hundreds of people that done got behind me and helped me, people that's locked up and people that's not alive, that sacrificed, you know, for me to be able to get here. You know, guys where it was like, hey, man, I can't let you go over there, man. Like, you stay in the house, man. I know you mad. This person did something to you. Nice where, like, if I would have went and did, you know, retaliated or whatever, like, I wouldn't even be here no more. So when people see this, like, I represent so many people. So, like, that's the reason why I'm doing this, because it's, like, it's bigger than me. I feel like I owe it to the community. So, like, and I want to start displaying that more, because people start hating when you start really popping out and they see your life. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's good for me to really share the backstory about, like, more of why I'm doing this and, like, you know what I mean? The sacrifices, the losses, the people that backed out of your life, the people that, you know, hated on you, that stole from you. It's like sharing that stuff. Like, it's a lot of sacrifice. And you don't accomplish nothing like this with it being easy. Like, it's everything. You know
I got one question. Do you have any influences that some people that are from Detroit, any influences on the music or who you look up to?
Yeah. I listen to, like, everybody in Detroit that's popping off right now, but specifically, like, Royce the 5'9" was literally one of the first people that, like, I'm, you know, all this stuff I do from the crib, like, you know, I live a day-to-day life. So when I seen Royce hitting me up, like, in the comments and hitting me up in the DM supporting this, and I got a video where I was at the Pistons game. He just did the halftime show. He walked up to me and was like, yo, I'm inspired by the Block, man. You inspiring rappers and artists, man. And that meant a lot to me, because I'm like, yo, this crazy. Like, everybody else kind of turning a blind eye, but, like, when he said that, I was like, dang, because his voice matters. So the fact he said that, because I know he had some stuff where it was, like, a lot of controversy between Detroit hip-hop, where it's like you got the street rappers and then you got the legends, and they not coexisting. So, like, Royce was like, okay, I'm going to make sure I'm showing love to the up-and-coming artists that's actually doing stuff in the community and highlight that. So, respect to him.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, so don't go anywhere, because there's something at the end of the show. But all right, so that was Trey Little, y'all. Y'all got the backstory. Y'all got the little better understanding of what's going on with this guy. And this is just the beginning. This is just the start. Y'all about to hear a whole lot more of what's going on with this guy. And, you know, shout out to Lady C for, you know, bringing some things together too. So we appreciate what, you know, with community service, feeding the homeless and giving the kids presents and stuff on Christmas, and, you know, just that kind of love and just giving back, man. It resonates with a lot of people, and it's just it's so humbling to do. So with that said, we are going to go to our next guest. This dude, it's just, there's a reason why his name's Massive, because he does a lot of things massive lifestyles. You guys go to it, check them out, massivelifestyles.com. You guys can just check out what's going on with this guy. But I actually want to start out with how this guy even developed or where he even came from. Like, who is this guy? So I'm gonna let him tell his story about just how it even started, man. Because you guys got to pay attention. Because if you go from having nothing to doing something incredible, how did that happen? And this guy might just give y'all a secret. So I'm gonna let him get the mic and go ahead. Tell your story, Master.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Lady Love. Big shout outs, mad shout outs to her for allowing me to be here. Shout out to you, Ryan. You probably wear many titles, you know, and just your spirit and your vibes, man, is amazing. Massive shout out to my piece, Antisha King. She been telling me for the longest. I mean, for probably 2 years, massive. Everybody need to. They don't see what you do. You so humble. You stay behind the scenes. So, and even my friend right here, my brother Ray. You know, you got to get out and tell your story. But the opportunity presented itself. I said, okay, here. But and teacher would call me all the time. You got to get out. You got to get out. So my story is similar to Trey's story. And big shout out to you. Salute. I comment on your social media today. I saw what you was doing. But like Trey, I'm from the east side of Detroit, born and raised. And you want to know what's funny is I grew up 2 streets from here on Frederick. It's Ferry, and then it's Frederick. You know, 2 streets over. Farnsworth, well, 2 streets down. But I grew up in this neighborhood. Grew up 5 brothers, 3 sisters. And my story is this. I know what it's like to grow up sharing a bed, everybody sharing a pack of now-and-laters, you know what I'm saying? All my brothers and sisters told me that I'd be dead by the time I was 21. And you know, when you're a kid and you look up to your brothers, you believe them. So everything that they told me, you would never be nothing. I got so used to hearing this that I just believed that you would never be nothing. You would never amount to nothing. Nobody would ever like you. Nobody would ever want to be with you. And I believed that, so I wrapped up in my mind that I was going to be dead by the time I was 21. That's just what my mindset was. But growing up on the east side of Detroit, right here in this neighborhood, it was tough. I've seen a lot. I know what it's like to be in a dope house. Everything that I ever tried to do to get on top, it just never worked for me. You know what I'm saying? So the streets is not for everybody. And I think that if I can say this, a lot of people don't like to talk about God, but since y'all gave me the mic, I can say what I want to say. It wasn't nothing but the grace of God that allowed me to be where I am today, because I tried selling drugs. That didn't work because I always spent the drug dealer money. Every time it was trying for me to pay him, I was always short. You know, I tried male dancing. That didn't work because I couldn't hold a beat or a rhythm. I tried stealing, knowing his cameras watching me. Just anything I tried to do, it wouldn't work. But before I began to bore y'all, I went to jail at 17. And everything that my brothers and sisters told me, I'm in jail. And I was like, okay, wow. What they saying is true, because now here I am, I'm in jail. So the next step, I guess I'm just going to be dead. You know, so in jail, I'm crying out and everything. And people say, man, you can't cry in here. Don't cry in here. You know, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at God, if you will, because I was like, I'm telling God, well, my brothers and sisters really not no better than me. You just don't see what they do. They do stuff too. This is what I'm saying to God, like, you don't see what they do. So long story short, I remember praying, I said, Lord, if you let me out of jail, I said, I do whatever you want me to do. I said, I give back. But really, I'm just trying to finesse God, Ryan. I'm just, at the time, I'm serious and I mean it. If you just let me get out, I do whatever you want me to do. I get back, I help people, I do all this. I get out of jail. I'm like, cool. Everything I just said when I was in there went out the window. Right? But Ryan, look at this though. When I went back to try to carry that gun, I couldn't carry it. It fell off my hip. No matter, I tried to sell drugs, nothing I tried to do, it worked. So I wind up one day up downtown, and I meet this lady. When I meet this lady, I got like phone numbers all in my pocket. And she was so cute. We ain't had no pen, so I said, well, we'll exchange numbers later. Next time I see you, I get your phone number. Went my separate way, bumped you again next week. Still didn't have a pen. I'll see you next week. I get your number next week. Bumped you the 3rd week. I said, this will be the person that I married. The reason why I'm telling this story is because part 2 or the other half of me being here is because of my wife. I've been married now for 32 years. So a lot of people, when they see Massive or they see me, understand they say that behind every good man is a good woman. With me, it's beside every good man. It's a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she was the only one that really believed in me to who I am, to where I am now. How I came up with the name Massive. People ask me, my wife asked me a long time ago, she said, well, somebody asks you what is Massive Lifestyles, what you gonna say? It never hit me until right here at this station. So y'all get a cool point for this one.
Okay, cool.
Massive Lifestyles, for me, is a state of mind. I remember growing up with nothing, absolutely nothing. And all my brothers and them that talked about me, I said, one day I'm gonna get out of jail. I said, when I get out of jail, I'm gonna get me a BMW. And I'm gonna ride down the street, and they gonna all be sitting on the porch, and I'm gonna have my name Massive on the front of the plate, and I'm gonna be coming up the street like this, and they would say, who is that? Who is that? Massive. And I pull up in front of them, and they were like, wow, wow, wow. And lo and behold, that's exactly how it happened. So Massive Lifestyles, for me, you can be in the hood. Because you be in the hood, it don't mean that you can't come out to, because this is, if I could show you, if I could take it off and just show you where I really came from, like it'll bring tears to your eyes. I grew up watching my mother boyfriend just beat her and bite her in the face and trying to molest us. It's so much that I came from. And I always said that if I ever, when I get to a place, and I come out of this, I'm gonna change people. I'm gonna change people's lives. So I don't do what I do, or Massive, like I don't do what I do for cool points. You understand? A friend of mine, LaDon, said it's not on you, it's what's in you. So now it's inside me to want to get back. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I walk through the neighborhood, I go through the neighborhood or a restaurant. My wife says, why you always paying for everybody's food? Why you always doing this? It's just in me to do. Because when you come from nothing to something, you can't do nothing but get back.
Man, that's a strong strength of. Man, he just hit us with a whole bunch of knowledge. And hold up. So, yeah, man. When I hear stories like this, like it's a respect thing, because it's like a lot of people don't understand what it takes to, when you have a mentality and you were taught something, your internal belief system is the way it is, and when you feel like it can't be like this, but then you learn to turn it around and understand how to make it like this, your perception in life and how you perceive things is so incredible. You know what I mean? So for you to take that and use it to strengthen you and to get you up out of a bad situation, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing thing. It's an accomplishment, and it's like hats off to you, bro. Like for you to do what you're doing, and not only are you humble when it comes to where you're at with your business and how you look at just humans, you know, human interaction, like you care, and that's a big thing. That you're a blessing is what it is.
You know, the amazing part about being in a world such as they that we live in a cold world. So Trey mentioned earlier about having haters. A lot of times people want what they see you with, but they're not willing to go through what you went through to get to where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? Me, everything that I acquired, everything I obtained, whether I deserve it or I earned it or whatever, I got the work put in behind it. And you don't have to sell no drugs. I've never had somebody tell me, you look like a drug dealer. You know, you look like you. This is what you do. You into scamming or
No good.
Yeah, none of that.
Up to no
you know what I'm
good.
saying? And what I want you to understand also is, my wife don't like when I tell the story. I don't have a high school diploma. I dropped out of school, Newson, right on the street, down the street, Newson. It was Newson. It's tore down now. That was the school I dropped out of school at, right on the street, Shane, in the seventh grade. No high school diploma, no GED. So I want people to understand, you don't have to be who you are. Never let somebody tell you that you can't do something because they couldn't. Because most people never. Sometimes I'm driving, you know, and people want to take pictures sometimes, you know, next to the car. Now I drive a Rolls Royce, in the Bentley. So people come up and they can I take pictures with the car. They go ahead and take. They be scared to actually touch the car. You know what I'm saying? But what I want people to know, you can come from nothing and have everything. You know what I'm saying? If you can think it, you can believe. If you can think it, and you can believe it, you can achieve it. You can attain it.
Believe it.
Seriously. Oh yeah.
Attain it. Yes,
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. You just hit me with some knowledge, bro.
Yeah.
Okay then. But that's what this show is about. This show is about bringing people on that are doing some incredible things with the community service, and also with their businesses, and giving back. And it's able to take their bad that they've had in the past and make sure that their family, themselves and their family, never have to go through something like that again, because they understand that it takes like a really strong-minded individual to really look past all the bad that you've dealt with in the past. So for you to come from nothing, with no high school diploma, no GED, and for you to still succeed, lets people know that your life is not how you perceive what it should be, but what you know it needs to be. You know what I mean? So a lot of people had that perception, oh, if you grew up with nothing, then you're gonna be nothing. No, you're who you want to be. It's all about perception. Your perception of life and how you look at things is incredible, and that's what gave you that leg up to do what you're doing now. You know what I mean? So that's a dope situation.
Yeah, we always give back. This is my guy right here, Ray. He's at the last event that we did, what school was that?
We were at State of the Youth at Osborne High School.
And what did we do there?
Well, State of the Youth is 8 years, so Massive is a featured guest on our State of the Youth event. I work for City Council President Mary Sheffield. I do community relations. So Massive comes. We let me tell you how it started. 2 years ago, she said we need some guests for State of the Youth. We often have rappers, Vezo, and judges and stuff. She said call Massive, see if we can do some gift cards so he can give away. Right? This was at U Prep a couple years ago. I called Massive. I said, hey man, we need some gift cards to give away to U Prep. All right, fine. I got y'all. Massive, right? Always doing it big. This man pull up to the school. He got about 50 pair of shoes. Jordans, Yeezys. We thinking he got $10 gift cards. Man, he pull up with 50 pair of Yeezys, Jordans, coats, hoodies, man. Just changing these kids' lives, man. He liked to pick the most underprivileged youth in the school. So when they open that box and they got them Jordans or them Air Force Ones, that's better than money.
Absolutely.
That's better than money, especially when you only expecting a $10 gift card.
Right.
This man pulling up with Yeezys and retros, and that's massive for you.
That's just what it's just all about, Ryan. It's just giving back. You know, Ray said, you know, Master, you know what we should do? We should find somebody this year who can't go to prom, and we should, you know, sponsor. We put them in Rolls Royce. We get them a dress. We do it. So that's what we doing this prom season, right? May finding somebody. I think we found somebody.
Got a
Persian or
senior
whatever.
at Persian.
But I love giving back. You know, when you come from nothing, and to me, this how I look at it. None of this stuff we taking with us. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather give it away. You know, I love to see the look on a kid's face when you even grown men. You know, something when you're out in the store and or you're at a gas station and you see a young man or a man, an elderly man, anybody come in, and I do this all the time. They pay for $10 in gas. When they leave, I ask the clerk to reset the pump, fill their car. Pick up $60, fill their car. Did it the other day in Rochester. And I told the man, I said, hey, you pump $10. He started trying to stop the pump because it went over $10. I said, well, no, go ahead and pump $70. I said, I paid for that. He said, why would you do that? I said, enjoy your day. When I went to turn my back, he grabbed me and just hugged me, you know, and tears, see a grown man. But that's what it's all about, man. It's just giving back. And again, before this slipped my mind, I'm truly thankful to be on this on the show, and we're gonna do some great things. I'm saying that right here while we on the air, and Tisha has told me so much about the both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you got something, a gift, man, and a glow. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell your energy and your vibe. It's just amazing. So if ain't nobody ever told you that, I'm telling you right now. And if you never had nobody to invest in you, you got me. Like we locked right here from. You see that right on TV live. We locked. I appreciate that for real.
Well, that's what it's about, man. It's about just, for me, how my concept is. It's about building, building relationships, networking, and just the communicate, not communication, but you just messed me up with that whole thing, bro. Like my whole, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm humbled, but at the same time, it gives me motivation to do that much more because I love giving back, bro. I love, like, we'll be shooting with the Rough Riders and going to the homeless shelters and giving food and getting them ready for the winter and all that stuff. And to see some of the people's faces when you can do that, just like you're not asking for nothing. It's just knowing somebody needs a helping hand. It's like it changes people's perspective on how they look at things, and it turns from a negative to a positive.
Oh yeah.
And that positive outweighs the negative anytime, because if you could live your life like that, then just one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. Just go out there and do some great things, and without anybody expecting or thinking it's gonna happen. Just go and do it, and just to see what happens with people's perspective about things. It really matters.
Oh yeah.
Like you changed that guy's whole. You probably changed his whole mindset when you paid for his gas.
That's what it's all about.
Like for you to do something like that, and I was gonna get into that about the what you guys already did, but when I say I heard you do a lot of community service and you do a lot of massive things when it comes because massive lifestyles. But the things that you do in the community, what are the upcoming things that you have besides the prom? Is there anything else that you've got going on with that whole thing?
Whatever we get a call with.
You said whatever you get a call with.
Whatever we
Story.
get a call with. I have a upcoming artist. His name is Jay Massive. He's 15. And when I say he can run with the best of them, he can. But I love to see young people, anybody that has a massive mindset that don't want to become a product of their environment because they don't want to stay where they at. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to stay there. Like Trey doing a lot of amazing things. This song that you just played, I was like, who's this? Who's Jay-Z? Just this week, you know? I mean, it's just you actually like five times, but I love to see young people doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I love to see young people coming up, and that's what it's all about. So our upcoming events, we have the prom send off, and whatever we get a call with. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is really turned away or whatever, as long as it's you know, it has something to do with the youth, and not only just with the youth. And teacher, she's got a lot of stuff going on, and her sauce thing. I was like, I won't in on that. I'm thinking about working on getting my face put on the bottle, like on the back where it say how much carbs you there. On my face on the back of it. But yeah, but just whatever's going on here in the city of Detroit. I love the city of Detroit, and whatever Detroit got going on, we want to be a part of it, especially when it comes to the youth.
All right, so the one question I have, so people are going to ask about your business, Massive Lifestyles. So what is exactly does Massive Lifestyles do as far as, what does your business do?
You see me smiling? I always try to get away from that question when somebody asks, what does Massive Lifestyles do? So let me just say this. Massive Lifestyles started with, again, from where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm running with this. I ain't, because they said I wasn't gonna do this. I don't like to be told no. So I adapted that mindset. You tell me I can't do something, I'm doing it. So I've always liked cars ever since I was a kid. So one day I was in the office and told my wife, I said, babe, you know what? I said, I want a Bentley. She was writing like this, Ryan. She never looked up at me. She thought I was crazy. I said, and a Rolls Royce. She put her pen down like that and looked at me. She said, so you just want to live like Puff Daddy, huh? I said, you know what? I do. I do. And I walked out of her office. I went back in my office and I sat down at the computer. When I sat down at the computer, I just hit a button. Without this ever coming to my mind, I hit a button and Massive popped on the computer. It said Massive, and in my Massive. That's what I want, a Massive Lifestyles. And from there, this was a lot of years ago, I took on that mindset. So what we do, we have a luxury car service where a lot of celebrities, when they need to be booked, I pick up tomorrow Beanie Siegel, for the Fox Theater. Got a concert this Saturday. Also, we have an event space in Troy, Michigan, called the Massador, Massive Lifestyles Massador, and again, where a lot of people come and book the venue for photo shoots, video shoots. They can book the cars for their video shoots, the transportation. You can get married, they have a wedding, baby shower, bridal shower. But we in so much different stuff. You know, home health care. That's something that my wife does. Home health care. We help do a lot. You know, in the community. A lot of our clients have a brain injury, you know, where they got hit by a car and everything, and that's what she do. She has a love for that. So everything that we do is really hands on with people. And their company is at home again, man, and care services. And that's what she do. So when you say massive, it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Where people might see me, we see people. You know what I'm saying? You see me, but we see. If you see me, I'm seeing two of you. You feel me? So that's how we just got our hands on so much stuff. But everything we do that it involves a lot more people than us, for sure.
So for you, what is it? Dreams? What is it? Dreamflightsinternational.com?
Dream Flights is a dear friend of mine, man. He's a black-owned company now. That's a whole nother. That's beyond massive as well. Black owned, yeah. We thinking we doing something when we go get on Delta or Spirit and we book our little flights and we flying first class. Well, he owns Dream Flights, like private jets, like for real. We don't have to book a flight. Like I can call right now. Hey, I need a flight to here to the Bahamas, and it's on a private jet. So that's the company that I work also. That, you know, in conjunction with Massive Lifestyles to put with the transportation. So we got it covered from the grounds to the skies. TJ's
ground to the sky. Lower to the sky. Okay.
Yeah. First thing Tisha asked when they came here today, she said, Master, if you're going to get a boat, I just smiled. She already knows coming.
All right, so I'm going to play this song right quick. This is called Red Pill. I'm going to play this right quick, and then both of you guys are going to have to answer this question. But right now, this is Red Pill.
Yeah.
Featuring Carl.
30 rounds of nigga. Hey.
Carl,
Okay.
that's my little
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. 30 rounds in that Glock. Pop the trunk, grab a chop. Hey, they walking out with their cameras out. They fans or maybe not. Can't take chances, neck dancing. With Pete, but she still glancing. Blue check, hit that DM. She like, I don't even need him. You won't love, I got a black heart. Black Glock with that black car. Push button, you gon' hear it start. Shook dog and jumped in the car. Fell off a few times, but they still know that I'm going far. Can't tell you what it costs, but I sacrificed just to be a star. Best friend turns enemies. They like, what got enemy? Charged up, I got energy. Far from what they thought I'd be. Charged up, I got energy. I'm far from what they thought I'd be. Charged up, I got, ayy, look.
Yeah, it starts up in the roof, and it cool. I just sit and guess, I hit the dance, ain't nothing new. G-L-E-I, skirt, big body, I, G-L-E-I, G-L-E-I, big body, I, G-L-E-I, skirt.
Don't need a man, but who is he? Tatted up with that Cuban link. What you saying, baby? Come slide with me. Black coupe or the topless G. Slow down, baby, when you talking. Hard to understand with that accent. Round for round with that gold pack. Michael Phelps, I dive in. Bass bumping, we riding. Downtown, we sliding. Windows down, we vibing. Yeah. In the trenches, I'm grinding. Yeah. VIP, cause I'm elevating. In the mountains, I'm meditating. Shorty said she got the medication. Helicopter, ain't no time for waiting. Sun wild, but he taught me patience. Red pill, raised them with greatness. Superstar, you can hear the cadence. Baccarat, she can smell the fragrance. Sock him by per man. Cause he keep trying to test my patience. Can't stop my plan. If you really see how I'm made
Yeah, it starts up in the roof, and it cool. I just sit and guess, I hit the dance, ain't nothing new. G-L-E-I, skirt, big body, I, G-L-E-I, G-L-E-I, big body, I, G-L-E-I, skirt.
Yo, Red Pill featuring Carl Hunting. Yeah, that was another Trey Little song. Yeah, that one was a vibe, man. That was like a mess with it. Yeah, that's a good song. So what inspired that song?
So it's more like Red Pill is like the truth of like the truth or whatever. People say do one thing, they say wake up, like you said, you know, or one thing I was thinking, so they say like wake up and you do this, and you will get this. But it's like it's the people that defy the odds that do something different. Like it sound people say, man, you crazy thinking you gonna have this or you gonna get this BMW or whatever, right? But that's doing something different. That's like red pill is like going all in, you know, and it's just me talking about a lot of stuff that I realize. And me just talking junk on there, like, hey man, this is like I'm done doing what I think people want me to do, and I'm just about to do what I need to do. And if people go against me, then they go against me. But I'm about to live, and I'm about to go all in, and like you know. So that's really what it was. You know?
Absolutely. So I do want to ask you. I know recently, you did a TikTok video about, and this is what with the soul sauce, about the business owners and minority business owners in Detroit and stuff. So tell me about that, and how did you even find out about the soul sauce?
Yeah, so soul sauce. I met Atisha. It was at like a VIP event somewhere, and she was saying I got the soul sauce. And when I seen it, I was like, I rock with that because I've noticed, you know, having a business is the way that like you really grow and you get wealth. And I'm like, we don't see a lot of black or minority business, and that's one of the things in our community that's hurting our community because a lot of my videos be about what's wrong in our inner city communities and how we can fix it. So I'm like, we don't see a lot of black owned businesses, and like that's why we struggling. You know, we don't see home ownership, we don't see investments in our community from our people. So when I seen this, I'm like, I gotta help, I gotta spread the word, I gotta put it on some videos, and I gotta let people know, you know. So that's really what it is. We gotta see more of that, and then when we see it, we gotta get people to support it. You know?
Yeah, because when you say people support it, I know Massive did something big about soul sauce. You wanna reiterate on that?
Oh yeah, you know, and just to piggyback off Trey, you know, you're right. We most definitely have to come together and support each other. You know, it's not about coming together. It makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? So and Tisha, she's and then you appreciate good people. You know what I'm saying? Good people that ain't got no motives, ain't got no hidden agenda or whatever. That's and she's always working. So she's a massive. She told me about it a couple of times actually. When I met her several years ago, she told me about the soul sauce, and they was having an event on Jefferson, whatever. She said, "Well, I want to, you know, if you could, can we use one of your cars to, you know, for this commercial, everything?" I said, "Yeah, well, don't worry about that. I'll let you, whichever one you want." And she told her sister or her people or whatever, and we pulled up in the Rolls Royce, whatever. And her sister and Tisha too. We thought she was kidding. No, nobody. They don't do this. But if I believe in something, I'm gonna support it wholeheartedly. Have you tried this soul sauce? I mean, you can take this right there. You take that bite, you just dip your finger in it, like for real. You be sucking on your finger. The soul sauce is good. So she had, and the soul sauce is going global. Like people don't believe it. People don't like to get on the bandwagon until something already take off, right? So like we talking about soul sauce right now. Let's talking about it now. Everybody gonna want to get. Like I said, I want my face on the back.
We
of
all
the bottle,
three about to get that face on that.
So she out of the store, right, and out in I think Royal Local, whatever. And I walk in and they got the whole setup and everything. They got a rack full of it. I took all of them off the bottle. They ain't getting none of this because you got to taste it. All of them. You got to taste it, like for real, for real. So I bought all of them. I think I got like 3 or 4 bottles left now. But I was sometimes just taking and just dip celery. I ain't got nothing to put it on. I just dip celery in there and just eat it in the middle of the night. You know, in the middle of the night, I got to be eating on something. So that's what I do. I just dip my little celery in the soda. And you can dip whatever. It's really, 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 it's amazing.
It is.
It's amazing.
People make pizza sauce. People make pizzas, margarita, or what? Yeah, margaritas. Yeah, Bloody Marys. They make Bloody Marys.
They make everything, and it's really, really, really good.
Yes, and the people that own it are some incredible, humble souls, and
Extremely.
I love seeing them win because them winning just lets me know that people that have always been doubted, that doubt don't matter. Man. It's about action, and the way that her and her dad came onto the scene and doing what they're doing, you know, it's incredible. It's even in my ears, y'all.
It is, and she's always working. Always. That's all she talks. Soul sauce. So, and not only that, what I like about her, Antisha King, I like her last name, King. That's just massive. You know what I'm saying? But she's always, even though she's doing what she's doing, she's always trying to help somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because she called me like every day. Okay, Master, I need you to be there. And if she hadn't called me like this, like repeatedly, whatever,
I would remain consistent.
Yeah, I need you to be there. You know, she's gonna be right. But hopefully, the next time we come on your show, we get to interview you.
Okay.
because I know you got an amazing story, man.
I
can
do.
see
I
it.
definitely, man. I got it's gonna take a little longer than an hour.
I know that's
break
right.
That whole thing
That's right.
down. But I got a question to ask you guys. So how do you guys feel about that new trend where you can just buy a blue check? Like, do you guys? I just don't understand the concept behind. I know it's hard to get a blue check. It used to be. And it doesn't make no sense because that would be a good way to really distinguish whether somebody is who they are. Now it's just everybody's walking around like I'm verified. Like, what does that really mean now?
That's a real good question.
I don't even understand what that means now.
That's a real good question. With me, I used to want the blue check, but now that anybody can just buy the blue check, there's really no value to it. And when you come verified or certified, you really don't need the blue check. And Tisha,
Facts. I just wrote that down because I see you put a thing on there. Yeah.
You don't. And Tisha King, she don't need the blue check. Not in this city. And from this soul sauce, it's gonna go global. So once this go global on her name, why would she need the blue check? Massive Lifestyles, keep hearing it. I don't need a blue check. I am the check. Trey Little, you don't need a Trey. Well, which buying the block? That is your blue check. Ryan, the dope promoter, dope producer. So when you take that blue check, if I was to give you a blue check, now I could take that blue check. They just took off Twitter. LeBron James, they took his because he ain't paying for it. LeBron James, he really need a blue. He really need a blue check.
You really need to pay for it.
Right, but when somebody gives you when you come verified and certified and you are who you are, whether you got that blue check or not, you still verified. You see what I'm saying? So who is the blue check for? So I think it's cool if you know it's a good look for depending on who want the blue check. Right. I don't even want one now.
Nah, it's not
at all.
No, because anybody can get one now.
Yeah.
And it don't even make sense because wasn't that the point of it being difficult to get one?
Right. You had to earn it. You want to earn it.
Right. Once you
earn
it, once you got it, then you feel good about it. But now you like $20, here you go. I'm certified.
Everything that's given to you, if everything is given to you, you're not going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate it more if you earn it.
Depreciate it.
Right.
You're going to depreciate it because you're really going to understand the value and the hard work that comes behind something. So that's like your business. Nobody really understands the hard work and dedication and passion that you put in yourself into your business. So when it comes to like, if somebody came in, their perception ain't the same as yours because they don't understand what it took to get to where you're at now.
And you know the interesting thing is with me, with a lot of people, it's access denied. So I don't access denied. So I don't even explain. Yeah, I don't even explain Massive Lifestyles. I let people think what they, because some people are at different places in their life. You know what I'm saying? Some people I never explain myself to people that's focused on misunderstanding me anyway. So if I tried to explain to you what is Massive Lifestyles, Trey said something out there earlier. He said somebody told him that, well, on your videos, it looked like you just stunting. Well, he's showing in the video that he's in where he came from with the city messed up with rats running out and drugs everywhere. He's showing where he came from, but he got a nice car. How is that stunting? The point that I'm trying to make is it's all about perception. People, no matter what you do, people going to see. You can look at me right now. Some people can look at me right now, and the only thing they'll see is that my eyes is brown. Some people might say, I ain't seen nothing but this bald head. People gonna see certain things in you. But see, when I see you two guys, whatever, I see so much. When I see Antige, I see so much. When I see Ray, I see beyond that. So with me, I want people, you gotta be able to look behind little material things that you see me with. You know what I'm saying? The car, that don't make me. You know, my mother told me I'd tell you this last story if I could. Y'all don't mind?
Let's hear it. Are y'all ready? Are you guys ready to hear this story?
So me and my wife went to my mother's house a couple of years ago, and my mother was sitting at the table. Now, mind you, me and my wife been taking care of my mother for years. I mean, like for real, like really, when nobody else would. So my mother looked at me, and by the way, my last name is Little too. You better check and see if we were related. So my mother says to me, she said, you know what? She said, if I only had food enough to feed 8 of y'all, it's 9 of us. She said, I would let you die. I would let you starve. This is what she told me. Dang. And I'm the only one, me and my wife, to take care of it. She said, if I only had food enough to take care of 8 of y'all, she said, I would put you out and let you starve. I was crushed. I began to cry. I said, well, come on, baby, let's ready to go. She said, no, I'll stay. My mother said, stay. So we finna leave, man. Don't worry about it. I'm crying. I went to leave out. My mother jumped up and pushed the door closed and grabbed me, and I'm crying. I'm trying to get away from her. Even in telling the story, I could still feel her lips on my ear. She said, baby. She said, the reason why, if I only had food enough to feed 80 y'all and let you starve, she said, because no matter where life place you, she said, you're gonna come out on top. She said, the rest of your brothers and sisters, they not built that way. She said, I don't know where you got it from. She said, but I know you're gonna make it no matter where life place you. A mother know her kid. Now, she told me that even when I didn't even have a clue, but I always felt like it's something more to me. Even my wife, the same way, she come from a big family. She always felt like she was from this family, but she didn't belong here. Not in blood, but it's something bigger. So my wife said, babe, well, I see us with millions. She saw it, not saying I got millions. But
Right.
she saw something as well. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I know, and I'm secure in who I am, where I came from. I don't knock my journey. You know what I'm saying? I often drive back to Frederick in this neighborhood. The store right there across the street that's boarded up, that used to be called 3V's. The store next to it used to be called Little. That was our store. Little's 1, 2, 3. Right here, this burned down. That was our store. Right here across the street was a Dairy Queen. That was our Dairy Queen. This whole strip is what I grew up on Shane. It's funny. So when I'm looking, you said 5470 Shane.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute, where is it? Shit ain't no. I grew up in here. Where's that? And to find out it's right here on Shane and Ferry, I would have never thought that here it is all these years later that I'd be sitting here on the air, telling my story.
That's kind of humbling, though, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's
just-
like coming back to your home spot and kind of letting people know, like, I grew up here. I did this. I struggled when I was younger, but guess what? I took that and I made it. I was hungry, and I made it make sense, because without making it make sense, it doesn't. It's pointless. So when you can take your struggles and your past, and you can take that to elevate your future, then it's not wasted, man. It's something that you understand deeper, and your perception in life is just an incredible outlook in how you look at things, because that's a lot of people's misunderstanding of life, is it's their perception. Like, I can't do this. Like, if I'm broke, then I'm always gonna be broke. Nah, it's just how you gotta go ahead and just get it. So, all right, we are about out of here. Thank you for Massive Lifestyles. Thank you for Trey Little for coming through, and thank you, bro. And Mary Sheffield. Let me say big shout out to her, because she's doing some incredible things.
Big chef.
Yes, listen, Mary is an incredible human being, and we appreciate her. So with that said,
And don't forget this right here.
the soul sauce. The soul sauce.
Soulsauce.com.
Soulsauce.com.
Y'all got a cup, you get it in Myers, y'all got a couple of stuff. Let's toast to this.
116 stores. You can get it at Myers. You can get it at Soul Sauce.